Hello people, it's Poet, and welcome to RedCubed. It's been a while since I recorded. Well, actually not really. In fact, I recorded a minute ago. I did this huge talk. But at the end of the day, I figured, you know what? It's not too interesting what I talked about. So I'm excuse me, I'm gonna do it over. I hope my cough isn't coming back. You know what? Almost feels like my cough is coming back. I'm not congested or anything, but I have that weird. It's almost a scratchy feeling in your throat, like you feel like you need to cough for absolutely zero reason. I hate that feeling, and that's kind of the feeling that I have right now. It's so weird. I really hope I'm not getting sick. I just got over bronchitis, and that was awful experience. And people were asking me, like, how do you even get that in the summer? It's impossible. And now I don't know if it's because of me. I hope that it's not because of me. But there are people at my office now also getting sick from it. Even this child, one of the children of one of the agents, apparently he has some kind of a chest respiratory infection, bronchitis or whatever, bronchial infection. And I really hope that I wasn't the cause. I mean, I don't think so, because when I was really sick, I did stay home. I mean, that's the way to be. I hear it all the time. People like, well, I have to work. Oh, I have to go into work. I don't have very many sick days left, and I took a lot of holiday time. I need to, and the work won't get done without me. I'll tell you this: it's not worth it. Your health is more important. Your job, your job sucks. I don't care where you work. Your job sucks. It's not worth it. If you feel that you need to be in there to get the work done, then you're doing the job wrong. Something needs to change. You need to lighten the load a little. You need to be able to step back a bit. If you're sick, take time off. And I mean, if I were an employer, if I had my own business, and hey, maybe one day I will. Maybe I'll say one day, this YouTube thing is just a start. I love video media. I love audio media. I love all kinds of digital media. Making websites, doing productions, that kind of thing. I love it all. Maybe I'll have a production company. Could you imagine Poet Productions or something like that? Poet Productions. I might have employees. And if I had employees, the first thing that I'd say is, if you're sick, go home. If you walked into my office, our office together, because you work for me now, congratulations, you're hired, everybody. But if you came into my office and you were like hacking, coughing, sneezing, choking, even if you felt dizzy or like whatever, take the day off, and I will not hold it against you. You'd still get paid, you'd still get benefits, you'd still get everything. Stay home as much as you want. I mean, of course, if it came to the point where it was happening too often, then I'd start to lay down the law and say, you know what, something's going on here. There's more to it than meets the eye. Oh, that's coal ore. I thought it was cobblestone for a second. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't born yesterday. I know when I'm being taken. So, potato. Put a potato away. Oh man, I'm going to use the whole thing of coal for a potato? No. No. Not going to happen. I'm going to do this. Thank you. That's a better use of that coal. And I will put the potato in here. Always have one extra potato. That'll be my extra potato. I should put that in there. I realized just now that I don't have anything to eat. Like, that's my last potato. Literally my last one. I could make some watermelon. Man, I don't even have carrots or anything. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some stew. I can make 4 bowls of stew. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Used to be on the early days of RedCubed. I think it was the early days of RedCubed. I lived off of stew. I used to live off of stew. On especially on the old Madhouse server. I was on a server called the Madhouse, and I guess technically I could still get into that server. I probably still have access, but to be perfectly honest, I don't go on there. And it's not that I don't like the people on there. I love the people on there. A lot of them were from the old Minecraft fan server and stuff, and kind of some of them were, and others were just kind of invited onto that server alone. I was on there, and you know what? I love the people on there, but I don't go on there. That's not what I'm trying to say anyway. What I'm trying to say is, I used to live off of soup. Like that stew, I used to live off of it on that server. All the time. And I don't know why. I guess what happened is I got over the nether, and this was back when getting above the nether was like a new thing. It would glitch out sometimes if you couldn't spawn right, and it would put you above the nether. So a common thing that admins would have to do is break a hole in the above the nether and then let you get out. Look at all the horses we got in here. It's a beautiful sight. Very, very beautiful sight. And I will have a new one in here soon, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. I'm going to take those. I'm going to take... No, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to... I need a saddle. I have saddles in my chest. I forgot. Okay. But yeah, I used to live off of stew, and I got above the nether, and there was all those mushrooms that spawn above the nether. I'm sure if you've ever been above the nether, and I've showed it in these RedCubed episodes before, there are just mushrooms everywhere. So I collected as much as I could. I would just collect them en masse. I think that's probably where I got the majority of these too. If not from like breaking down giant mushrooms. I would grab a huge amount of mushrooms, and I would just live off of stew for a long time. Now, let's see, would it be in this chest? Yep. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's go horse hunting. But first, actually, before we go horse hunting, I'm going to maybe grab some potatoes. I'm going to go to Harvey's good old house. Everybody, it's so funny. Everybody, oh, I might die. Don't die. Okay. I don't have my booties on. I gotta, whoa. This is bad. Bad. I don't have anything to eat except my stew. Okay. Eat up. Didn't do it. Eat up. Yes. Okay. Oh, there's a gate right... Yeah, people were telling me I put a block there and jumped over, and there's a gate right there. I never noticed. That was kind of funny. Oh, I love that! Love it! Harvey's, you genius. Putting little O's there? Oh! So good. So good. I might have just put the 2, because what are these ones attached to? Or maybe 1, 2, 3. Oh, beautiful idea. Beautiful idea. Anyway. What was I getting to? I lived off of stew. Now, poor Harvey's. We just take as much from him as we can. We constantly replant it. I see that someone must have come in here. What? Someone came in here and took all this and didn't replant? Who would do that? Unless they forgot to replant, or maybe... I don't know. Maybe it's Harvey's himself came in here and didn't replant. Maybe he wants... It would be hilarious if he's just like waiting for things to grow and stuff to get rid of this place once and for all, and we just keep coming in here and like replanting. I think I would... That would be funny. Honestly, that would be hilarious. So I am going to replant anyway, just because it's the right thing to do. You take from someone, you replant to that someone. Is that all that he has for potatoes, honestly? I was hoping for more. Well, He'll have all of these potatoes now, soon, when they grow. It's odd, though, that someone would take and not replant, unless it was him. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get a horse in this episode. That's a fact. Because oh God! Thank you, but no. Thank you, but no. Goodbye, creepers. Shoot him! Didn't shoot him on time. Ouch. Oh God, zombie villager. Don't call the horde. Oh, they did. There's some horde coming. 2 of them. Oh God, he hit me. Into the water we go. Oh. There we go. Oh, 1.6 horde is just so awful. Oh, look, he has a hat, so he's protected. Come here, you. There we go. It's been a while since I used my record farm. I really should. What the? Yeah, you think you're so tough. You missed. Okay, so I got my saddle. I got my leads. I got some potato. Ooh. Oh, I planted them all. I replanted them all. I didn't keep any for myself. Okay, well, you know what I'll do? I'll take some of my own potatoes, because you do still have this. Thank you. Thank you, poet. Thank you, self. Okay. I've often heard that comment. I hate people who say that. Self. And I said to myself, self, what are you doing in life? Yeah, have you ever heard that in conversation? I hate that. Can't stand it. I'm not a hateful person, but I never found that to be funny. Maybe the first time I heard it. The 30th time I've heard it? Nah. Nah. Okay, so I got some raw potatoes. That's not very good. Not very good. Let's go back down to our little place. And then I'll start talking about myself. I want to thank everybody for all the positive support and encouragement and awesome comments and the likes on that video and stuff from the last video where I talked about having an attention deficit and all that kind of stuff. I think there was only really maybe 1 or 2 people who commented who, you know, they're the typical reaction to that kind of thing, which was kind of unfortunate to see, but I didn't delete those comments, so you can go read them too. You know, everybody's entitled to an opinion. You know, I'll leave it at that. Some people think that, you know, problems like ADD and ADHD, or I guess they're all called ADHD these days, they don't believe that it's really a thing. And they'll say, like, you know, it's just because you're lazy. Some people, I'm calling the person who commented it out, but like the saying something like, everybody's, or, I'm not quoting here, but the consensus of the people who comment this is generally like, when you have a problem, you're quick to blame a medical issue, but in reality you're just lazy. And that can be very true. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen, and it does happen. Or people are misdiagnosed. A lot of people, it's a very common thing, especially where I live. There are a lot of people who are impoverished. And especially the further north you go in Canada, and this is an unfortunate fact, but the further north you go in Canada, the more impoverished it is. And quite a bad problem that Canada has because of that is fetal alcohol syndrome. And there are actually doctors out there today who are saying, like, what's the difference between like a fetal alcohol syndrome and like autism as like a mental illness. And they're saying, like, if you're living in poverty, it's FASD, fetal alcohol syndrome disorder? Is that what FASD is? Whatever. If you're impoverished, it's fetal alcohol. if you're wealthy or well off or well to do, or that it's autism. Like, what's the line? Like, so it's a problem here. Mental illness can be a problem, but people are quick to say, like, well, I use that as an example because getting treated properly, getting diagnosed properly is very difficult. So some people are misdiagnosed, and it also leads to, the if you have a clinical problem, you cannot avoid it. It's just it's like a medical issue. It's like if you have a sore back, you can't pretend that you can't fake a sore back. You have a sore back or you don't. So to say, well, some people are just lazy. Yeah, some people are. Some people have something else wrong with them and they're just misdiagnosed or not diagnosed at all because, the doctors don't know enough about it yet. So to slough it off as being, well, some people are lazy, I admit some people are, but if someone is clinically, if they have a clinical medical disorder, then that's what it is. You can't. It could be misdiagnosed, but regardless of how it's diagnosed, if the doctors acknowledge it, then there's definitely a problem. You can't deny that. Something's not right. So, people aren't typically. You go through rigorous testing. People aren't typically diagnosed with ADHD just because they're, too lazy to do their homework today. I'd rather play video games. That's not the same. So laziness and a medical disorder are completely different. So I wasn't offended by the comments, and I think they were just trying to give the counter argument that some people it is just laziness and they blame some kind of a disorder. But that's not what it is. It's just not how it is. So with that whole thing said, thank you guys for the support, and it kind of encourages me to talk about myself a little bit more. I know that you guys don't get a lot of it. It was more common with the earlier episodes of RedCubed, and I've kind of started to go away from that with the whole, especially with the whole Skybridge Bob thing, and doing a lot of multiplayer collaboration videos with Winter and with Shiro's Heroes and with Highboy and Jake and the rest. Basically, I'm in this video gonna try to get back to me a little bit more. Maybe talk to you guys about what's going on in my life right now, right today. I know a lot of you guys are asking about how my health is, how my dad is, how my house is, etc. So I'm gonna talk about all of that. And I know that this episode's already going on quite long, but let's keep going. I want to at least get a horse, and I know where they are. I was actually shocked when I found them, because you'll be shocked. Okay, so there's this house here that we've seen a few times in this series. I didn't know whose it was. I think I've forgotten again whose it was. I can't remember. I really can't remember. There used to be like this name in the sky or something, wasn't there? Whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't think they're on the server anymore. Or if they are, they don't use it anymore, this area. Was that my last ender pearl? Ah! You know that I'm addicted to them. Man! Already I'm having withdrawals. I need to use it. Use my ender pearl. Ah! Can't stand walking. Anyway. Let's talk about me. Okay, so first things first, because it's the comment that I get quite a bit, especially because of that dinosaur episode that I posted, where Steve took over, and after that I basically said like I was sick with my chest infection. My dad was in the hospital, and I didn't really talk about that yet. So let me talk about that. First and foremost, it's nothing. Well, I can't say it's not serious. It's serious, but it's not like he's not gonna die or anything. Okay, so thanks for all the concern and stuff. I do appreciate that too. Basically, what happened? I'll give you the whole story. Here I was. I took the day off work because Oh, I never finished that. Okay, let me jump back for a second and go back to saying, if you're sick, take the day off. If I had my own company and you came in and you were sick, I'm sending you home. There's no question. You're going home. And if you're the type to say, well, you know what, I got to get work done. You know what? It's not the end of the world. It'll be there tomorrow. The world's not going to stop without you. Life will go on, etc., etc. And if the world does stop without you, well then, you know what? That's a lesson for your boss to learn. That you're that important. Maybe they should hire a secretary for you. Maybe they should hire another you to help you out. Maybe they should lighten your load. Anyway, to get back to my story. Okay, so I took the day off because I think health is super important. I took practically a whole week off. I was at the office sick one day, and I hope that I hadn't made everyone sick from that one day. I was already feeling a lot better, but I was still clearly sick. And in any case, I was sick. I was like, to see me, you would have felt bad. I looked like death. I was practically crawling to move. Couldn't move. I was coughing to the point where I was actually starting to make myself almost vomit. I was coughing that hard. And you got to really watch when you're coughing that hard. You can actually cause huge problems. Like, I've heard horror stories, and this is kind of graphic to even mention it, where people actually get hernias from coughing so hard. Look at this. Look at where the horses are. Look at how close this is. That other base that we saw, we don't know whose it is. Look at how close it was. They had never, I guess, in their lives on the server, moved from that base. We are less than 1,500 blocks away. Unbelievable. And we got some beautiful horses here. Let me show you. Of all types. All types. There's white stallions. There's the Calamino. Is that what they're called? There's these ones with the white and the gray back. Beautiful, gorgeous horses. Get out of here. Oh man, the mobs are coming now. Can't stand it. There are the brown ones, the chocolate colored ones, solid chocolate colored. Another bunch of the mobs here. Another bunch of the white ones, beautiful. Love them all. Horses were a wonderful addition to this game. I gotta tell you guys, I am very happy about it. But anyway, story. Oh crap, I shouldn't hit that guy. It's to that point where you almost can't hit a zombie, because look at this guy. He sees me. He's like a million blocks away, but he's coming. I hit his friend. Yep, zombie's coming. That's just the way that it is now. Look at this. Black spotted ones. Solid black ones. There's a horse for everyone here. Even a dairy milk type. Like I used to have. Or still have, actually. I need to find a name tag. Ah! So upsetting. Hit it! Oh, he missed. I'm gonna try to get a record disc. Nope, didn't do it. Did not do it. Ouch. Okay. I think we're good as far as mobs go. So, here I was at home, sick as a dog, and see, the thing was, I was at my dad's house, well, my parents' house. They live together. They might not like each other, but they live together. I was at my parents' house, and my dad was saying, I was coughing, I was sick, and he was saying, oh, I have a headache so bad. I've had a headache for a couple days now, and now I see double vision slightly. It's really weird. Oh, it's probably I have the same thing as you, is what he was saying. So we went to bed. I was there the whole night. Woke up in the morning because I wasn't going to drive home. I was so sick. But basically he comes in and he says, It's like really early morning. I was getting up early because I needed to get. They live in the country, and it's a little bit longer drive in, so I was gonna take the time. I woke up early, thinking, you know what, maybe I'll go to work. No, I wasn't going to work, so I was okay. I'm taking the day off, going back to bed. But before I go back to bed, I talk to my dad, and he says, something's wrong. Something's wrong. It's not. Something's not right. Yeah, love me. Okay, let's put you on a saddle. There we go. Thank you very much, white steed. Okay, which direction is it to go home? This way. Alright. So he says something's not right. Well, I'm saying, what? What's not right? He says, well, I have double vision. I have double vision really bad. Like, I can't see. And he was holding his hands out in front of him. He says, I can see up to here. Like, as far as you can hold your hands out in front of you. And he says, anything further and it's double vision. Something's not right. And he was actually getting kind of concerned about it. And I mean, wouldn't you if suddenly you couldn't see straight? And he still has a headache. He says, I have such a bad headache. I see double vision. So I said to him, like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want me to take you to the hospital? I think you should go to the hospital. And he says, no. You know what? It's probably not bad. I don't need to go to the hospital. In fact, probably my doctor could take care of it. Just my normal doctor. And I said, but you don't know what it is. No, come on, horsey. Let's avoid this situation here. Nope. Thank you. Please come again. Oh, get lost. I'm trying to ride my pony. Thank you very much. Ah, zombies. Oh no, please don't shoot. Don't shoot my beautiful horse. Come on, horsey. Ouch. We're gonna get out of the way of that skeleton's arrows. Okay. Alright. Here we go. See how close we were? No, skeleton. He missed. Okay. So, I talked to him. He was like, well, maybe I should just go to an optometrist. Maybe I should just go to the doctor. You know, he was talking himself out of it. Like my dad would often do. I mean, I don't think he's actually gone to a real doctor in years. He goes to a walk-in clinic and he pretends that's his real doctor. It's not quite the same. Oh, God. Craziness with this horse already. Oh, crap. This could be bad. Oh, don't you dare hurt my horse. Oh, no. Run, horse. Okay, we're okay. We're good. We are fine. Basically, he hasn't gone to a real doctor in a long time, so he was kind of talking himself out of it. I talked him into... Oh, no. Skeleton there, too. Zombie there. Zombie's not so bad. Zombie isn't so bad. Skeleton's bad. Oh, no. Crap, he needs his armor on. Oh, if I were to lose him now, I would be devastated. The true meaning of the word. Because I love this horse so far. This is an awesome looking horse. Come on. Come on. Get around this water. Okay, I gotta see if I can jump him. Nope. Come on. Talked him into going to the hospital. Of course, I had to drive him. He couldn't see straight. So that was kind of interesting. Here I was so sick that I couldn't even really do much. Crawling out of bed, basically. And here I was driving my dad to the hospital. Come on, horse. For a second I thought I had looped the zombie. So I spent 8 hours in the hospital with him. It was a horrible, horrible time. Nice looking hospital, gotta say. Uh, he went in through for scans. I'm trying to now speed up the story because I know that I've been recording for a super long time, like unbelievable long time. I'm sorry this taking so long, but I want to talk about this. I know I get asked it a lot. I wanted to get it out. He went in for scan, CT scan. They discovered that it was actually a nerve in his eye died, and there's no cure for it. There's no treatment for it. There's no surgery for it. They said he has diabetes, and it'll be either gone forever, or it could take up to a year, to come back. Now, he was saying today, well, maybe my eye is starting to get better. I think I can move it a little bit more to the right. You know, he can't move his eye in one direction, and that basically makes it so that every time he looks any direction, basically he goes cross-eyed because one of his eyes doesn't move and the other one does. So that's why he can't see anything, and he just can't see straight. So that's kind of a terrible thing to lose your vision. He's a car guy. He is a car junkie. You think I'm bad? I've got all these classic cars in my collection and stuff. He's the reason. He's the reason that I'm like that. He's been into cars all of his life. All of his life. He knows what year and make and model a car is at a glance. Oh, that's a 59 Chevy whatever, you know? And I'll say, like, well, how do you know? He says, well, you know, in 1959 they brought in those little fender louvers, and in 58 they didn't have that, and in 60 they changed it to this model. I was like, that's amazing. Like, how did you learn that? He says, well, when I was little, I used to get these car magazines sent to me, and I memorized what all the cars were. Every month I'd get a new magazine with a new model of car, and I'd memorize what the car was, and it was just, that's how obsessed with it he was. So to not be able to drive, to have that fear in him that he wouldn't be able to drive, he was upset. Depressed. Nothing could console him, basically. He was down on himself. Talking about, well, I guess I'll have to sell my he has a very, very nice car. It's one of 200 in the world. He talked to GMC Chevrolet. They basically say that it's maybe one of 20 still existing in the world. And he was like, well, I guess I'll get ready to sell it. You know, he was so depressed. But basically, I kept saying to him, you know what? It's not the end of the world. You'll be fine. Just try telling someone that who can't see straight. He got corrective lenses now, so he is basically helped. He can see straight now with the corrective lenses in. Here we go. White horse, beautiful. Should actually take my saddle back. Thank you. Beautiful. Put my saddle in there, maybe. Oh, and the leads that I took. There we go. So that's what was up with my dad. He had that eye problem. He's basically coping with it now because of the corrective lens. It hasn't gotten better, and in all honesty, I don't think that it will. He has to just learn to live with it, which he's doing slowly. But as you can imagine, losing something like your vision, I made the comment to him like, well, which would you prefer, losing an eye or losing an arm? You know, some people have it worse. And his comment to me was snidely, well, if you lose an arm, you could always get a prosthetic. With an eye, there's not much you can do. And it's like, so negative all the time. Don't want to ever be like that. But I can't blame him for being bitter like that. How's my house going? It's going good. Renovations are almost done. Still taking a long time. My internet company is still screwing me over. They're not doing anything. I've been waiting for weeks now to get an answer on whether they can support my connection, and how fast the speed will be, and how much it'll cost. Everything. I'm just waiting. I'm sending them email after email like, give me an update, please. and they will not get back to me. It is so frustrating that it just makes me want to scream inside. Because of that, I've been recording at a different place than my house. It's just frustration after frustration. But that's what's going on with my dad. Thank you all for your well wishes and stuff. I appreciate it. He appreciates it. He's fine. Don't feel bad about him. He's perfectly fine. If he's whining and complaining, it's because he's just bitter right now, and you almost can't blame him. But they haven't taken his license away or anything like that. He's perfectly fine. What the heck? Well, that's odd. In any case, we will be seeing you next time on the RedCubed server. Thank you for listening to that super long talk. I won't do very many that long in the future, but just been a while since I just wanted to talk about all that kind of stuff. Thank you for listening. Like this video if you liked it. It does support the videos and me and all that kind of stuff, and I do appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already for more things like this. You always want to be in touch. Why am I going to Ice Cube's house? Don't need to go to Ice Cube's house. So, yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Do all those other awesome things that you people do. And lately I've been trying to tell people to check out my Twitter page at Poet Plays. See you there. See you next time. Bye-bye.